Hello viewers, today we're going to be fixing this fan. This fan, the bearings on it aren't very aligned. So whenever you start it up, it doesn't start up too well. Or as smooth as it did before. The last time you guys saw this fan, I believe it was running better. And since then I've tried my best to fix this fan. Now watch how fast this thing stops. It doesn't really come to a slow stop, it comes to like a more fast stop. See? It doesn't have like a really slow stop. It just like stops immediately. So I'm gonna attempt to realign the bearings. Hopefully without having to take this entire fan apart. So first we're gonna go up here and tap it with something. I'm gonna use my shoe. Okay. Still stiff. I'm gonna try to just hit the blade. I really don't want to hit the blade, but because I can't exactly just keep it on there. See, it just slides off. So I think what I might need to do, okay, that's not gonna work. Okay, why is this back part so dang loose? Yeah, this is loose for some reason. Don't know why. But it's not supposed to be that loose. I'm just gonna go ahead and take this off because I might have to get in here and work on part of it in here too. Okay, let's check out the startup, and if it's still the same thing, I don't know, guys. Well, I know I need to stop messing up this fan. Yep, still the same thing. See, it just has that halt it keeps having. So I'm gonna have to take this entire part off, which is always this long old process. So let me go ahead and move this right here to here. Try to see what's in the camera. Okay. Oh yeah, I gotta take this bottom part off, I think. Screw holder. If that was in the camera, I doubt it. I wish I had more like just a camera kind of thing instead of having to get my whole phone and video. I have nothing wrong with phones, but I don't like the fact that. Well, actually, no. I'm completely fine with it. I'm completely fine with how they make these phones, but still. Because I honestly don't care as long as it ain't slow, trash, or whatever. That's likely to catch fire. Of course, then they just made this iPhone Air thing. That thing is thin. And you know, wasn't there like a Galaxy or Note something that was just like they tried to make it real thin, and it ended up catching fire because of how thin it was, or something like that. Or it had to be recalled because of how thin it was, constantly catching on fire. Okay, why is this thing stuck on here? Okay, I'm gonna wait to get this off. Hopefully I can finally get done with this fan one day and never have to worry about it again. Oh, that's why it wasn't coming off. Okay, I always forget. Don't worry, I did not ruin the white towel. The towel is brand new, has plastic on it right now, so it's not in use. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this back part off, and then we're going to see what's wrong. But I will warn you, it is a very strange way that they've made this fan. The reason why I say it's strange is, well, you'll see in a second. When you take it apart, you'll see. I've taken this fan apart before. Kind of regret doing so. I was just trying to get this motor apart so I could see why the heck this thing tends to heat up so much. So quickly. So yeah. It's not really on camera. That right there is the bearing, and that little black thing right here is the wick. And here's the little thing. In this box is the oscillating thing, stuff like that. I don't know why I always end up having trouble with this specific fan. Maybe vintage fans aren't really cut out for me, like clean and service wise. This one didn't really need a whole lot of cleaning anyway, because there isn't a whole lot of grill on there. And now there's oil leaking everywhere. That's great. Don't really want that. Anyway, let me go ahead and put these screws back in. And then I'm gonna, oh my god, it's like bubbling out. The oil is bubbling out. Probably because I put oil in this thing most of the time, because I'm just trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing wrong. Am I not putting enough oil in there? Am I putting too much oil? Which I don't think too much oil would mess up the thing. It would actually probably make it run better. Just messier. Where the heck did that screw go? I just lost that screw. That is not good. Found it. Thing is, sometimes if you screw these screws in too tight, it tends to mess with the bearing, which is weird. Sorry, Mom and Dad are having a conversation in the background about dinner. Just listening in. Okay, let's see if it's lined up now. Okay. Actually, I think it's worse. Let me try tapping the box a little bit. Maybe it'll fix it. Ooh. Ooh, okay. I think we just fixed it. For some reason, tapping the box fixed it. Okay. I'm gonna have to hope that I do not just lose any of these washers. But I'm still curious about why the motor seems to heat up. I need a temp gun so that way I can do that video. The video idea is going to be that we're going to see how long we can have this thing run without it overheating. Which may not be long, who knows. Yeah, we're going to do a little experiment with this fan. I want to know if I can put it on a timer and then have it run all night. You know what I'm saying? Of course, yeah. It's this thing is wired up straight to the motor, and yeah. And the thing about it is, sometimes I'm cautious because I feel like one of the nuts are gonna come loose and then spark or something's gonna short. I'm just constantly cautious. There was one time a long time ago, before I knew a thing about electricity, because it made lights, fans, whatever work. This was one time I tried putting like a really small DC motor into an outlet. So like what I did was I put the wires in the little outlet thing, and then I turned on the outlet and it went zzz. It worked for some reason, but after a while of doing that, it went, not the motor, something else did, and scared the absolute crap out of me. Second time it happened. I think a plug wasn't plugged in all the way on a command strip. I keep on saying command strip. On a power strip, and it just went randomly, which is weird, in my opinion. Why would it just randomly do that? Scared the crap out of me. Third extremely weird electrical thing that's happened. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing wrong. Apparently I'm doing something wrong. It's not lining up quickly. Oh, I'm not going to talk about the times I've actually touched live wires and then my finger went crazy. But I'm talking about like times when things like sparked. Hold on a second, because I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Anyway, I think the third time was this fan. I don't know if I've explained the story with this fan yet. I don't think I have. Sorry, I'm trying to figure this dang thing out. I constantly am having problems with this fan. Specifically when putting it back together. The third time was when, well, I didn't do this, but Pops did. I'm sitting and watching my grandfather put this fan back together after we had replaced this wire. And let's just say he connected the wires wrong on the switch, and scared the absolute like daylights out of me. When we clicked or hit the switch, what it did was it sparked, and he tried doing it again, I think, and it started arcing and stuff, which is weird. Okay, why isn't this thing lining up? Why won't you line up? Stinking screw won't line up. That's weird. Also, I have tried asking Jordan Yu if he wants this fan. Not really sure if I want to give it to him or not, but even if I did, I don't even know if I could. Know my parents. Probably like, we don't even know him. If us, how are you going to give it to him? And also, I'm not going to make Jordan go all the way here to, I can't say where I live, but I'm not going to make him go from wherever the heck he lives all the way to here just to pick up a fan. I don't know what the heck is wrong with this thing. I'm going to pause the video real quick. 13 minutes. Yeah, I don't know, guys. It won't line up for some reason. Maybe that screw should wait. Because I don't know why it's not lining up when it should. Maybe when I have it stood up, it'll line up better. I don't know. Gotta make sure this is the right way. So it's the wrong way. I'm taking it apart again. But now that I think the bearings are now like lined up correctly, we will test it at the end. But not yet, because well, I'm working on it still. Yeah, next time my grandma comes over, I plan to trade some fans. The fans that I'll trade will be, I'm probably gonna send the Holmes box fan, probably this fan, the E2 Chill. We're keeping the Lasco here. That'll be a travel fan because that fan is very nice, in my opinion. Seems to be pretty good. And yeah, and then unfortunately the Honeywell is going to stay here because the Honeywell is not mine. It is my parents'. My parents own it, and I've just been using it because they let me. And apparently it was expensive, so they're not letting me keep it for my fan shenanigans. Yeah, I don't understand why this thing won't line up, to be honest. I really don't. Am I forgetting something? I'll make sure the things. Another thing I want to do is whenever I get this motor apart, is replace these wires, because these wires are not very safe. Look at that. It'll focus. You can't really see it, but it's just really frayed right there. You can't see it, but wait, hold on, where's my lantern? Maybe I can make it easier for you to see. Still has the. Never mind. I'm not gonna. Yeah, you can't really tell, but that does not look very safe. So I'm trying. I want to replace the wiring and maybe see why the freaking thing is heating up so much and stuff like that. So anyway, see that stinking thing. What just like gets me worried, because I feel like one day it's gonna fray so much to the point where it sparks, and that would not be good. I'm actually very curious if there's even like rubber behind that stuff. But yeah, I mean, I really want to send this to Jordan Yu, because he probably knows exactly how to fix this thing. Unlike me, I have no idea what I'm doing. Or I don't know a lot of about what I'm doing, so. See, I've literally cleaned and serviced more stinking modern fans than I have ever vintage fans. This is the first vintage fan I've ever tried working on, if I'll be honest. If I'm honest, this is the first vintage fan I've ever really worked on. I haven't worked on the Westinghouse yet. The Westinghouse doesn't really need it as much. Yeah, the Westinghouse doesn't really need it. The only thing it needs is either some oil or some or what it really needs is sorry, I'm trying to focus on this. What it really needs is like the oscillating mechanism replaced or fixed. What I was thinking about getting is another Westinghouse similar to it, and then just taking the oscillating mechanism off of it, and then being good to go. I could not get this thing to line up ever. Like, why can't I just line it up and then be done, instead of having to fidget with this stupid little screw that absolutely annoys the crap out of me right now. For some reason, I can't line this dang thing up right now. Why can't I line it up? It should be easy to line up. But no, it isn't. It really isn't, for some reason. And then it wants to not line up correctly either. Sorry for hitting on that. I'm just tired of trying to get this stupid thing to line up, and it won't line up. Okay, it was just acting like it was lined up for a second, and then all of a sudden it's not. Get in the freaking screw hole. That is weird. It won't work. Whatever. If I can't get it to line up, then I'm not gonna worry about it. I don't know. All of a sudden the screw doesn't want to line up correctly. Am I screwing it the wrong way? That's the left, so I need to just turn it this way. Yeah, I don't know. It won't line up. For some particular reason, it won't line up. It's straight on there, but it won't line up. I don't understand. So we're just not going to worry about it, because I can't get it to line up for some particular reason. turn it on. Is it on camera? Yes, it is. Now watch how fast it works now. Now let's check out the spin down time. Really nice long spin down time. It's still kind of stopped the same, but it's now loose. That's good. Bye.